And Queen City News is giving you an up-close look at just some of the emergency response to Western North Carolina. Yesterday, we had a chance to fly with the North Carolina Air National Guard as they dropped off around 100,000 pounds of food and water in a flight from Charlotte to Asheville, all of it to go to the hardest hit areas. And today we have a closer look at what we saw, what the Guards saw, and what they will likely continue to see in the coming days and weeks. Queen City News anchor Derek Dellinger is live at the Air National Guard base near Charlotte Douglas today. And Derek, it just can't be understated just how much of a need there is right now for everyone, especially in Western North Carolina.
Yeah, and it really comes down to the areas that are not easily accessible. We need to mention here, Asheville is serving as kind of a base, but help is going to Asheville. But we did see numerous helicopters once we did land at Asheville, heading off to parts unknown. It's a mission that begins late Monday morning, and it begins with an empty C-17 cargo jet in Charlotte that, within moments, starts to fill. These pallets have ready meals that easily heat up and are ready to eat, and clean water. All of this coming through FEMA, and all of it loading up on this plane.
There's around 100,000 pounds of food and water.
North Carolina Air National Guard Staff Sergeant Alex Parker from Gastonia is one of those loaders, one of many here taking part in a mission to help. An App State grad, he's actually been in touch with an old roommate of his who is still in Boone and who has been affected by the flooding there.
He was able to FaceTime me and show me some of the damages of the old apartment we lived in, and it's pretty devastating.
All right, who's next?
Everyone we spoke with taking part in this mission has a connection. Whether it's family or former roommate, there is a personal stake here. Eventually, it's all loaded up. The 3 truckloads full of food and water and a forklift set for Asheville. A C-17 does not have windows like a normal plane, just a few spots to look out. When we could and did, we saw hints of high water still present in the mountains. From the pilots in the cockpit, they say the devastation could be more easily seen.
So the pictures are obviously shocking. I've seen them like you, and even still coming in, there was still a great deal of water on our way in, coming in here. It's one thing to see it in pictures, another thing to see it in real life. So it's still obviously out there and impacting.
Major William Paul is from Salisbury, and he told us even upon landing in Asheville, there were still signs of flooding.
We could still see it pooling where areas it obviously was not before.
And that's part of the reason this air delivery is happening. Food and water unloaded and meant to go to the most inaccessible areas in Western North Carolina. On the ground in Asheville, we come across many taking part. The North Carolina Army National Guard and guards from South Carolina, Florida, Iowa, and Maryland, and choppers of all sorts heading out at the first chance.
We're making a lot of logistics runs, food and water, specific grid coordinates, looking for people that have contacted emergency management through 911. Anything that's made it to Raleigh, funneled through the emergency management channels, gets processed, and then assigned to air crews.
Major Jay Hozak with the Army National Guard is from Kannapolis. He's been here the last several days. We asked him about the damage that he has seen.
Some of the worst I've ever seen in the Carolinas, so it's been significant.
With that food and water now in Asheville, it won't be going directly to people, but to organizations that know the need in certain communities and who know the challenges of access and getting around. Those areas we've seen are, yes, around Asheville, but also areas north and east. Those we spoke with say that addressing that need has meant getting a bunch of moving parts working together. From the feds,
getting that stuff onto aircraft is going to make a huge impact in the lives of people that are cut off, not able to get to the grocery store.
To those on the ground.
It's not normally the best solution to bring it in by air. It's too costly, but when the roads are closed and it's not practical or it takes too long and there's an immediate need, you call us, we bring an aircraft like this, and we can bring 3 tractor trailers worth in 20 minutes.
The devastation we've seen in the last few days will not be a quick fix, but the help is meant to give those that need it now a sense of normalcy and hope.
It took a lot of moving parts, but we're able to get all these supplies and be able to do some good.
Now, we cannot stress how much of an effort this has been and that it will likely continue, especially as more access roads open and as we get more information from those devastated communities as to how bad that need is. Now, we're live in Charlotte. Derek Dellinger, Queen City News.
Yeah, a vital lifeline for those who are stranded right now. Derek, thanks.